You're listening to
The Outcast Frequency.
an hour of music, myth, and mayhem for the misfits. Hosted by yours truly,
The Master of Mischief.
Greetings, earthly mortals, and welcome back to the Outcast Frequency. Coming up on this week's show, we have some quite unusual and different artists. It's going to be quite a different vibe from last week's show. If you did check in last week, we played quite a lot of metalcore, a lot of alt rock and heavier sort of artists. This week, we've got more of a laid-back vibe going on. We've got some emo, some post-hardcore, some indie, rock and roll, and some weird, crazy electronic type of stuff. Let's just say it's going to be interesting. To kick things off, let me tell you about a band called Catamonia. Just for clarification, that's spelt cat. Like the cat. Catamonia. Catamonia. So they're from Southern California, from a place called Corona, which is outside of Los Angeles. Corona, not a bad beer if you're a beer fan. I'm from Britain, so I've not heard of that place. Is it nice? I don't know, but yeah, I've heard of the beer. Anyway, they're from Corona in Los Angeles. They've been going since 2021. They describe their music as a unique blend of emo, rock, alternative, and related genres into a satisfying mixture of each band member's favourite sounds and influences. So let's check out their song. This is called Fault. That was Fault by Catharsis, a 4-piece band from Southern California. Now, Fault is the third track off their EP, All Those Stars I Missed, which is their brand new EP. Came out earlier this month at the beginning of September. There's 5 tracks on it. They're all pretty good. But this one, Fault, is probably the band's favourite, they told me. And amazingly, it was only written the day before they recorded. So it was one of those last-minute additions that ended up being a band fave. So their new EP, All Those Stars I Missed, is out now. And aside from that, this band has one more EP and a couple of singles. So go check out the rest of their stuff. They're on all your usual streaming platforms, such as Spotify, blah, 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 but the band asked me to shout out their Bandcamp, and I actually think it's really important to support bands through their Bandcamp where possible. We all know Spotify is easy peasy, and everyone uses it, but unfortunately, it does tend to pay artists buttons, so the best way to support independent artists is actually to buy their music directly from places like Bandcamp. So if you do have any spare cash and you're feeling generous, do consider supporting some of your favourite artists in that way. They're also on Instagram. Their username is just simply the band name, Catharsis, with 2 M's, remember? And they're actually doing really well on Instagram. I checked them out. They've got like 20,000 followers, which is insane. Great job, guys. Hopefully they're all buying your music too. But yeah, thanks very much to Catharsis for being on the show. Please do go support them, follow them, buy their music, download their music. Let's big these guys up. Next up, we're going to hear a track by an artist known as Windset Halo. It's a one-man project based out of Oklahoma City and ran by a guy named Ethan. And he had this to say: Windset Halo is a passion project I started recently, inspired by the greats of 70s rock, like Lou Reed and the Chocolate Watch Band, and more recently, Sharp Pins. I like grimy sounds, so if you like that stuff, you're probably going to like these. I plan on releasing a full-length album in December. This is one of many projects I've started, but this one I can definitely let loose and make what I want to make. So, without further ado, this is I Can't Wait by Windset Halo.
When I know in my try again on another day. I will try again.
I Can't Wait is one of only 2 tracks currently released by Winset Halo, which by the way is spelt WINSETHALO. 2 words, Winset Halo. Essentially a brand new artist to the scene. He's released a mini EP on Bandcamp, which is called Muskogee, and we'll be hearing the second song off it later in the show. So if you like what you hear, you can find Winset Halo on Bandcamp. So please do go and support him and look out for more music coming soon. We're going to go straight back to back now with another track, and we'll have a chat about it after I've played it. So this is Nathan Hernandez with Dead Weight. That was Nathan Hernandez with his latest single, Dead Weight. Nathan is an alternative rock, emo, 24-year-old, one-man band from San Antonio in Texas. He composes and records every instrument himself. He writes songs about relationships, loneliness, personal growth, reflection, and pain. And he's set to release his new EP, Songs About You, on October the 16th, which deals in the pain of heartbreak, staying in, and letting go of unhealthy cycles. You can check out Nathan on all the usual streaming platforms. He's got quite a lot of music out, actually. So you can go back and listen to some of his older songs too. And of course, please do watch out for his new EP, which is coming very soon on October 16th. You can also find him on YouTube and on Instagram as Doggybeeb, Doggyybeeb. So that's Nathan Hernandez, everybody. Thank you. Next up, we're going to hear a track by a band called Morning Service. Now, since this is radio, I'm going to make sure I spell out the name for you and make it really clear. It's not morning as in, time to wake up, good morning, what a beautiful morning we're having. It's morning as in, I'm so emo because someone has died and I'm in mourning, so it's spelled Mourning, which, to be honest, I just thought it was a brilliant name. Morning Service, like, it just really works. And it instantly sort of conjures up an image and a vibe straight away of the type of thing you might expect. So these guys are a two-piece band at the moment, although they are looking to expand that. They're from Portland, Oregon, and they describe themselves as the soundtrack to your sadness. We mourn you with your broken dreams and relationships that have failed you. We hope you join us for this morning service. And I love that. I love that because, again, they have a clear brand, they have a recognisable voice, and they're obviously having fun with it too. So I spoke to the singer, guitarist, and I suppose the leader of the band, a guy who goes by the name of Zombie 13. Love that too. Stage name, brilliant. Love a stage name. What also kind of amused me, though, is he tells me that Mason plays bass and occasionally switches to guitar. So you've got Zombie 13 proper fully kitted out with this dark, edgy stage name, and then you got Mason over there just being Mason, you know, just playing bass. That's funny, man. I don't know. Maybe Mason just hasn't figured out a stage name yet. Or maybe he just doesn't care. Either way, these guys are a fun band. And this is what else they had to say. Morning Service started in May 2025 when I showed a friend a Sisters of Mercy song. Great band. And they asked if I was singing. I said, no, I wish I could sing like that and have a band like that. And they said, well, why don't you? And later that day, instead of my usual black metal band practice, I wrote 9 songs for this new project. From there, I decided to move on from my previous band, Morphesia, which I'd been in since high school, and fully focus on this new band. Lone Devotion was written with the first batch of demos I recorded in May. Almost all of these songs are written from my own experiences, and I intentionally omit any gender references so that others in the same position can relate to them. For this track, I wanted something synth-driven and bouncy, per usual goth club tracks. The lyrics are about someone knowing that the time they are investing into another person isn't going anywhere, but both are so broken that they continue to do so. We're currently a 2-piece band for live shows. The synth role is a revolving door of musicians as we don't have a stable player yet. So, Morning Service are really just a baby band. I mean, May 2025, they essentially just started this year. And they're already releasing pretty sick songs like this. So let's check it out. This is called Lone Devotion. That was Lone Devotion by Morning Service, off their debut EP, We Regret to Inform You. No, I didn't stutter. Yes, there are 2 U's in that EP title. There's 5 tracks. They're all available on Bandcamp. If you just look up Morning Service, and remember, it's morning as in, I'm so emo, someone died, we're in mourning. They also have a YouTube channel. They have also very recently, literally this weekend, set up their Instagram account. So it's a brand new Instagram account. You can find them at Morning Service PDX. Morning Service PDX. So please go and give them a follow on Instagram to give them a little bit of a boost, since it's a brand new account. They're also planning on releasing the remaining re-recorded demo tracks soon, so they should actually have some more music coming out in the very near future. But yes, go check out Morning Service on Bandcamp and all your usual streaming platforms, and keep supporting unsigned artists and upcoming bands. And now, it's time for
Law Lockdown.
So every week on Lord Lockdown, an artist will be chosen and we will look at them in more depth. We'll look at the stories they're creating, we'll look at the worlds that they're building up behind their tracks, whether they have a concept or a flowing storyline that's carrying on through all the different songs or the different releases. And we will look at the lore of that artist. Alright folks, for this week's Lore Lockdown, we have something a bit different and unusual. This is a band who would absolutely also qualify for Chaos Corner. If you've checked into the show the last couple of weeks, you will know that we have a regular segment known as Chaos Corner, and this is where I choose the weirdest, most unusual, most genre-bending, chaos-inducing track that has been submitted to me that week. Now, it just so happens that this was the track. It's from an outfit called Little League Rebellion, but they wanted to talk to me about some of the background and history of their music as part of Lore Lockdown. So this is a sort of double bill, I guess, of Chaos Corner and Lore Lockdown, because I had no other tracks submitted this week which were as crazy and as out there as the ones you're about to hear. Little League Rebellion is actually a one-person project run by a guy out of Scotland, whose name sounds incredibly Scottish, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it correctly. He seems like a lovely chap. I looked at a YouTube video of how to pronounce it, and I was told it was Ruari. Kind of sounds a bit like Rory. Kind of sounds a bit like a Scottish Rory. Is that right? I don't know. Forgive me if that's wrong. For the curious out there, it's spelled in a really crazy way. It's spelled R-U-A-R-A-I-D-H. If anyone does know how to pronounce it, get in touch, let me know. I would love to learn it properly. I looked at 2 different videos, and they both had a slightly different pronunciation, so maybe that's like a regional thing as well. Anyway, moving on. When I first heard the music, I thought this guy was German. And you might understand why when you hear the tracks. He likes to experiment by mixing loads of weird, unusual sounds together, and describes the music as electro-punk with a historical twist. So it combines genres and it combines themes of the past and present. through electronics and recorders. Recorders are a key instrument in this, apparently. This guy grew up in Scotland, and he learned classical music. But then he went on to get involved in the alternative scene and play in prog metal bands, and ultimately to create music like this. Let's check out the first track, and then we'll dive into a bit more about the lore behind it. This is Black, spelt B-L-A-C, by Little League Rebellion. That was Black by Little League Rebellion. Now, let's dig a little deeper into what makes them tick. A lot of the lyrical themes of Little League Rebellion come from Rory's experience as an archivist. So that's someone who works with archives and is essentially a type of historian. The music explores the concept of memory to bring the past back to life for a contemporary audience. His latest album, which is due to come out in late 2025, has actually invented a new style and genre known as acid bardcore, and that's the name of the album too. Acid bardcore mixes medieval music with modern day electronic techno and industrial dance. At the same time as introducing listeners to both styles and a new sound world, it also reflects how the past is interwoven into our lives as a relevant aspect of our society that still affects, informs and influences our world today. So I guess, yes, essentially how the past influences our current present, and how history can inform on our present and our future. The album also has songs setting words in old dialects to modern goth industrial music, so it's using old languages, which is why some of the lyrics might sound weird or unusual to modern ears. The previous album was called A Sow of War, and that brought First World War Doric voices of North East Scotland to life as electro-punk folk music, to tell the story of how the area was affected by that event. Black, which was the track we've just heard, is a powerful statement to the right to individuality as a goth, but the words were actually written by someone in the 15th century. I had a chat with the mastermind behind the project, and this is what he had to tell me about Black. The words for this song are from an anonymous English poet of the 15th century that wrote about how much they liked the colour black. When I first read it, I thought, that's a goth. They say it's to their advantage, it's perfect for them as they don't have a fair complexion, it suits every occasion, from the dining table to the bed, and it's so good that they've pledged their life to it. The darkness is their delight, and they are devoted to it. My favourite line, though, is the lovely bit of practicality about hanging out the washing. It says the white clothes get stained by the weather, but they say, where's the black, it may not so. Essentially saying, I know this doesn't happen with black clothes. The chorus and the outro are more devotional words to black. Black is my hat, black is my hood, everything is black. Black is a colour that is good. I immediately heard the words in a Laibach Rammstein style of vocal, and that spread into the general industrial style of the song as well, with the semi-classical style of chorus and the layered vocals there, mixed with the electronics and guitars. Another feature to point out is that recorders are in everything that I do, and they are there in prominent places of the song, albeit heavily affected mostly with distortion and chorus, although more purely at one point with just delay and reverb. Also check out the very entertaining video made by me and my friends celebrating the blackness. So if you are interested in checking out that video, it's on YouTube. The YouTube account is Little League Rebellion. They're also on Insta and Threads as Lit League, Litleag Rebellion, Lit League Rebellion, and on Facebook as LL Rebellion. And of course you can support them on Bandcamp too. We're now going to hear one more song from the new album Acid Bardcore. This is a song called Somer, Somer, and we were told a little bit of the history behind this song too. The words for this English song are from the 13th century. Whilst there was music written for them at the time, my version is entirely my own music. The words are a celebration of nature in summertime. Blooming meadows, leaves on the trees, ewes and lambs, cows and calves, prancing bullocks, farting bucks, yes, that's right, and endless singing cuckoos. To me, though, summer is about blazing sun and the torment of heat, insects and allergies, so my take is darker and more sarcastic, with alcoholic singing, industrial beats and gothic shades, including a recorder line in the chorus that's reminiscent of Sisters of Mercy. Look out for the recorder rock moment in the middle eight. Incidentally, this song may also qualify as a Christmas single because of the sleigh bells that are in it. So thank you to Little League Rebellion for taking part in this week's Lore Lockdown. This is Summer.
Summer is coming in, luda synka grauet sæd and blauet med, and spring the water nu. Synka
That was Little League Rebellion with Summer as part of this week's Lore Lockdown. Thank you guys, and please check them out on Bandcamp and Instagram. You're listening to
The Outcast Frequency.
You are indeed listening to the Outcast Frequency, hosted on Sonic Scout Radio. Sonic Scout is a worldwide 24/7 radio station dedicated entirely to playing unsigned artists from across the globe. We have a number of different presenters on Sonic Scout, covering a wide range of different genres, so there's a little bit of something for everyone, regardless of your taste. And we are absolutely committed to championing the underground scene. If you're a listener and a fan, and you know of a band who you think should be featured on this show, please do get in touch with me. I want to hear from listeners and fans, as well as bands and artists themselves. I want to know who your favourite unsigned underground artist is. To be on the show, we do ask for a small submission fee or donation. The usual donation is $10, and this helps to keep the show running. It helps cover admin, advertising, all the work that goes on behind the scenes, and enables us to give a little something back to presenters such as myself for all their hard work, as well as to keep this venture alive and kicking so we can keep doing what we're passionate about. I've recently set up a page on Buy Me a Coffee, which is a donation site, and here I actually have a membership option whereby if you're someone who is constantly releasing music, you can sign up to have 4 songs per month played on the air for only $20, which is essentially a half price deal. And don't forget, these songs do get played twice a day for 7 days, so it's quite a lot. I'm also offering a 10-minute takeover slot if you want to come on and actually speak yourself. If you have a product or a business you want to talk about, obviously it has to be music related, not just any old thing. Or maybe you'd just like to talk about yourself rather than have me do it. You can book the 10-minute takeover. Then record your segment and send it in to me. So if you want to check out any of those offers, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Outcast Frequency. Another thing that I like to do on the show is interviews. So I did interview a band last week on last week's show, and I'll be interviewing another band for a show coming up in a couple of weeks. That interview has actually already been done, so I really can't wait to share that with you. So if you want to be interviewed on the show, we can absolutely go ahead and do that. There's no extra charge or extra submission fee or anything like that to be interviewed. It can just be part of your package if you want it to be. The interviews are normally about 20 minutes in length, so nothing too intense. Aside from that, I am looking for submissions in the alternative genre, and I also accept submissions in the electronic genre. On the Outcast Frequency, we have 3 segments: Lore Lockdown, Chaos Corner, and Outcast Anthem. Lore Lockdown is where we have a dig deeper into the hidden stories and narratives behind some of the tracks. Chaos Corner is the weird and wonderful and crazy tracks, and then the Outcast Anthem is a song that's been chosen to sort of represent the rebels, the outcasts, the misfits. If you think you have a strong submission for any of these, please do get in touch, or if you know of a band or artist who you would like to nominate, do dob them into me. Thank you very much for listening, and we are going to crack on with the show. As promised, we're going to hear another track by brand new artist Winset Halo. This is a one-man project exploring old school sounds inspired by the 70s greats. And I can definitely hear it on this next track. He's got a bit of a Bob Dylan warble going on too. So this is Winset Halo with Second Hand. And you can check out these tracks on Bandcamp if you want to dive in deeper. That was Winset Halo with Second Hand, one-man project from Oklahoma City. We're going to have a bit of a wild card band now. I know at the beginning of the show I said we weren't going to get as heavy, but I just can't resist a bit of metalcore. So this is a band called Sin Seer. It's 2 words, sin, and then Seer as in S-E-E-R. Which is just a pretty awesome name, really. I love it. I love names that are plays on words like that, you know. Anyway, these guys are a two-piece band from South Texas. Their tagline is hypnotic rhythm, carnal passion. And they're a heavy melodic kind of band who blend in different styles of heavy music. They've been going since 2015 and they've released a fair bit of music since then. It's all up online for you to check out if you want to listen to some of their back catalogue and deep cuts. But this track I'm about to play you is off their brand new album. That album is called Arrival. It's officially their debut full length, since previous releases have either been singles, EPs or compilations. It's out now on all streaming platforms, and this is the lead single. It's called Ominous. That was Ominous by a band called Sincere. And if you want to give them a follow and support their career, you can find them on Instagram at sincere.music. So once again, that's SINSEER.music. Sincere.music. Thank you, guys. It's time for
The Outcast Anthem.
This week's Outcast Anthem is from an artist called Sleepy Wonder, a solo artist based out of Atlanta. The type of music this guy puts out, it crosses into a few different genres. It's sort of hip-hop mixed with alt-rock and sprinklings of different things in between. Sleepy Wonder has been releasing music online since 2022 and is slowly building up his audience and his fan base. He recently released some singles that showcase a very distinctive style, drawing inspiration from his favourite 90s garage bands, as well as his own personal experiences. He likes to put across a raw and relatable persona that helps listeners connect with him on a personal level. And new fans can expect a truly authentic and engaging journey that will capture the imagination, exploring the chaos and beauty of the human condition. Pity Party is the song we're about to listen to. And I chose it as this week's Outcast Anthem for a few different reasons. Pay attention to the lyrics if you can, because there's definitely some commentary and observation going on here with regards to the state of our current society. There's a hint of sarcasm and cynicism in the delivery. And aside from that, it's just generally quite a catchy little tune. There are some swear words in it, so consider this your warning, but this isn't the BBC, so we will play songs that have swears in. But in the name of politeness and respect, I will give a little warning just in case. But I'm sure we can all handle it. This is Pity Party by Sleepy Wonder.
Shut up. Why is the world so fucked up? Get out, it's a setup. Bitch, you can kiss my Beretta. Thought I found someone beside me, but I found out you're always lying. In the darkness you talk about me. Guess that's why you're always smiling. Lottie-dottie, pity party. Some like to drink, some silver body. Crying, dancing, she's such a hottie. Sucking energy, she's a kamikaze. Thought I found somewhere that I belong, but these demons won't leave me alone. Pity party, get up, trying to find a chin in your armor, don't let up. Get out, it's a setup. Agent Smith trying to slip through your radar. Down here we look better in the dark, with the curtain closed and the lights turned off. You can shrink in a little tiny ball, or drown enemies in streams of alcohol. Lottie-dottie, I'm okay. I don't wanna know my name. Sometimes you just wanna drift away, fall asleep in the mess we made. I find it so astounding. They keep laughing while you're drowning. Damn, this show is so fucking boring. Shit, now they're trying to form a zombie army. Lottie-dottie, pity party. Some like to drink, some sell their body. Crying, dancing, she's such a hottie. Sucking energy, she's a kamikaze. Thought I found somewhere that I belong, but these demons won't leave me alone. Pity party. Where's the love? Where's the drugs? Where's the plug? Where's the drugs?
You just heard Pity Party, which was this week's Outcast Anthem by an artist called Sleepy Wonder. You can find him on all your usual streaming platforms as Sleepy Wonder, which is, by the way, all one word. And Sleepy is spelled S-L-E-E-P-I-E. That's an I-E, okay? Sleepy Wonder, all one word. And you can also find him on Instagram under that same name. Alright friends, that's all we've got time for today. Don't forget, if you want to be on the show, you can submit your music to me by emailing outcastfrequency@sonicscoutradio.com or reaching out on Instagram at Master of Mischief Official. I'd also like to tell you about the new Sonic Scout Radio app. This is available for Apple and Android, and it's definitely single-handedly the easiest way to not only listen to your favourite Sonic Scout Radio shows, but also to submit your music to be on a show if you're a band or an artist. So when you get a chance, download the app. I'd also love to take some listener submissions for Chaos Corner. So if you've heard a really weird, out there, or crazy, chaotic song this week, please get in touch and I'll see if I can give it a spin on next week's show. Remember though, unsigned artists only. Thanks again. You've been listening to the Master of Mischief on the Outcast Frequency, broadcasting on Sonic Scout Radio worldwide. Thanks for listening, folks, and see you all next week.